Calaroga Shark Media.
Hello and welcome to Palace Intrigue. I am your host, Mark Francis. A new Netflix series focusing on the more scandalous aspects of the royal family might be in the works following the conclusion of The Crown, according to executive producer Andy Harries. Potential storylines could include Sarah Ferguson's notorious toe-sucking incident and Prince Andrew's relationship with former American actress Koo Stark. Harries noted that The Crown, despite its mixed reception, deliberately omitted many examples of fairly tawdry events. Harries noted that The Crown, despite its mixed reception, deliberately omitted many examples of fairly tawdry events. He mentioned, "We have often taken the high road here. This approach left several sensational stories untold, but they might be explored in the potential spin-off." Harries hinted, "I think one day the Crown writer, Peter Morgan, or any other producers might reveal many of the stories which we decided not to feature." The exact nature and timeline of the spin-off series remain uncertain. Netflix could choose a format similar to The Crown or explore different options like a movie or a series of specials. Peter Morgan previously indicated to Variety that he had an idea for a spin-off, but it would require a unique set of circumstances and his availability after completing other projects. One scandal that has been suggested as a focal point is Ferguson's affair with John Bryan. Notoriously, photographs surfaced in 1992 of Bryan, then Ferguson's financial advisor, engaging in toe-sucking while she was still married to Prince Andrew. Harries commented, "Fergie doesn't feature heavily in the series. We didn't do the toe-sucking story. It wasn't because it wasn't a good or interesting story, but it was not central to the theme of the show. It was a sideshow, and I think we have done well to avoid these silly sideshows." He also revealed that Koo Stark had directly contacted him, offering her insights as a former girlfriend of Prince Andrew. In related news, Dominic West, who plays the then Prince Charles in The Crown's final series, shared that his son, Senan West, who portrayed young Prince William in the series, was invited to reprise his role. Dominic expressed initial reservations about certain scenes, especially those dealing with sensitive subjects, but acknowledged Senan's enthusiasm and talent for the role. While our download numbers quite disagree, royal expert Kinsey Schofield said, "People don't care anymore about Harry and Meghan." She told Talk TV, "Nobody went out to buy Endgame. I think it says to me that interest is waning when it comes to the Duke and Duchess of Sussex. People are over their victimhood and they're over their love story. They are so stuck in the past. We are trying to figure out how to improve our lives day to day. I listen to this show often, listening to you talk about the migrant crisis, the cost of living, heating and eating. Those are real-world problems. We as regular people are figuring out how to navigate this world in some really tough circumstances, while Harry and Meghan seem so fixated on things that happened years ago. They need to move on. They need to acknowledge their blessings, and they need to focus on the future because this chapter's closed. People are done. People don't care anymore." Commentator Richard Fitzwilliams told the Daily Star, "Endgame might have been titled Seeking Sensation, a Sussex Squad handbook, and it won't be long before it is largely forgotten, but it will leave a poisonous legacy of distrust." Commentator Angela Levin told GB News Meghan's agency was horrified by the fallout from Endgame. She said, "They said they were horrified, and that can't be just about the two names that have been mentioned, but it must also be about their client, and it seems to me they will think very carefully about what to do next. I've never heard any really well-known agency be so clear about what they felt, so I think Meghan needs to be careful because a lot of people have dropped her. This agency has actually said, you've got to stop moaning, you've got to be happy and positive because everybody is getting fed up with it. It's going to be very difficult for her to get the kind of glamour she wants and things that make them a lot of money. The money is useful for her and Harry, not just because they can spend it and have lots of nice jewelry in all their bedrooms and bathrooms, but I actually think she's somebody who needs to be adored all the time by the public." Tonight is Kate's Christmas concert at Westminster Abbey, marking her third consecutive year in this role. The palace highlighted that this year's service aims to express gratitude towards individuals dedicated to supporting infants, young children and families throughout the UK. It's also a celebration of the immense potential and joy that accompanies the arrival of a new baby. This year's carol service will blend traditional and contemporary components, catering to individuals of all faiths and those with no religious affiliation. The event will feature performances by the Westminster Abbey Choir and musicians such as Beverly Knight, Adam Lambert, Jacob Collier, Freya Ridings and James Bay. Guests at the Abbey will include a diverse group from across the UK, encompassing midwives, health visitors, early years professionals, nursery educators, and community volunteers. Various reports either had King Charles attending in a show of unity or not attending because he is busy. Palace Intrigue will be right back. Harry has made an interesting choice to run the Invictus Games. Nick Booth, former aide to Prince William, has been appointed as the interim CEO for the 2025 Invictus Games in Vancouver and Whistler. This event, set to be held in Canada, will be the first to incorporate winter sports. Booth, known for his long-standing service to both the Duke and Duchess of Sussex and the Prince and Princess of Wales, has been a trusted advisor. A source informed Mail Online, Nick Booth is among the Duke of Sussex's most reliable associates. His pivotal role in the initiation of the Invictus Games with Harry is well recognised, and he's now tasked with bolstering the 2025 Games with just over a year left in the planning. Further insights from the insider reveal a low morale among the staff preparing for the upcoming Games. Booth, formerly of the Princess Royal Foundation and now leading the True Patriot Love Foundation in Canada, is highly trusted by Harry, the source mentioned, emphasizing Booth's extensive experience, including his tenure at the foundation of Prince William and Prince Harry from 2010 to 17. In The Sun, Piers Morgan writes, "The word lickspittle is one of my favourites in the English language. It's a derogatory medieval term first deployed in 1586 by a professor named John James Grinius, who wrote of flatterers which did lick the spittle of Dionysus, the tyrant, and said that it was sweeter than the street wine. So it literally meant someone willing to lick the spittle off another person's lips and tell them it's sweeter than sweet wine, however awful that person may be. In modern parlance, it's come to denote a fawning, sycophantic, brown-nosing toady who gushes insincere flattery for personal gain. Which brings me neatly to Omid Scobie, the heavy-eyebrowed little weasel who makes a living peddling constant garbage about the royal family on behalf of the world's most disingenuous victims, Meghan and Harry. Like Meghan, the cowardly lickspittle chooses to smear the whole family with alleged guilt by association. But who told him the names of the people named in that letter? We know it wasn't King Charles, so that only leaves the other person involved in the letter exchange, Meghan. Of course, she and Harry have denied any involvement in Endgame, as does Scobie, though he admits, "I have mutual friends with Meghan. That definitely helps with getting information and breaking details." I wonder who those mutual friends are. And there you have it. If you'd like to email us, our address is thepalaceintrigue@gmail.com. Please follow us on Spotify or Apple or your app of choice. If you're on YouTube, hit that subscribe button for us. It really helps us out. I'm Mark Francis. My thanks to John McDermott. This is Palace Intrigue and good times.